your bent over row. You can do this using a chair for support or just your body weight. I'll go through both. So we're going to lean into this move. So you've got one leg forward and one slightly back. So your hips and shoulders are square, bracing the abs. Start off with, we're going to roll our shoulders up, back and down and squeeze our shoulder blade together. This is starting to stabilise our upper back. So we've got one arm, hand supporting our leg, one arm nice and long. And from here, keeping the shoulders down, and we're going to squeeze our shoulder blades together, drawing that elbow back to the back of the room. So we're going to lengthen down and then pulling that in. So this is your bent over row, squeezing those shoulder blades as you pull that arm in towards your hip. If you want to lean onto a chair, you can do so. Instead of resting on your hand, you just gently support here. Again, leaning into this move, and then a big pull and lengthening down, squeezing through the back. We'll do that on one side, and then you'll switch to the other side. Bicep curl. You can use it with 2 weights, or you can just do 1 weight. I'm just going to show you with 1 weight. So if you need to, you can gently hold onto the chair for your balance. If not, you can just go with holding on your body weight. Alright, so with the bicep curl, you're going to have your palm facing forward, your elbow inside of the body, and you want to have your elbow underneath your shoulder. And with this, you want to take it from your thigh, curling up, keeping the elbow back. There is a tendency, as we lift up, we start getting heavy weights, we start shooting that elbow forward. You want to keep that back and also fully lengthen without locking out the elbow right back down to our thigh. That last little bit is where you're certainly going to feel it, so the tendency is to sort of like stop here, but you want to get that full range in that bicep curl. So lifting up nice and high and then lengthening all the way down. And again, focusing on keeping that shoulder down away from the ear, curling up and lengthening. If you want to use 2 weights at the same time, that's absolutely fine. Bracing the abs, curling all the way up and then lengthening all the way back down. And that is your standard bicep curl. With this one, you can be using a chair to support, or you can gently lean into your leg. We're going to start off with get shoulders up, down and back, setting a nice strong upper back, bracing the abs, everything square towards the front. I'm going to start by having a row. We're going to lift up our elbow nice and high, keeping that elbow in. And then from here, we're going to lengthen that arm straight to the back and then bringing it back in, okay? So driving it back and in. We want to make sure that shoulder doesn't start twisting. So there's a tendency, as we start to take that back, we start to twist. So twisting around here, you want to keep that drawn down, away from the ear, keeping it nice and high, and pushing back and in, squeezing nice and long, and back to your hip bone. If you find you want to, you can start, you can hold onto the chair, lifting it up, just using your fist, lengthening long, and back in, driving that elbow up towards the ceiling to really work at the back. You want to hold onto the chair with using the weight, lift up nice and high, push back and in, back and in. Yes, excellent. All right. Shoulder lap raises. Again, you can use 2 weights or you can just use 1 weight. I'm just going to show with 1 weight first of all. We want to go no higher than our shoulders, and we're going to have our elbow below our shoulder and our wrist below our elbow slightly. So brace the abs, shoulders away from the ears, and we take it out to the side and bring it back in. Take it out and in. If you want to have it work a little less, then you can bend the elbow, and so you've got a much more smaller range of movement to the side. If you want to work harder, then you can take it longer and back in. So you don't always have to change your weight. Just by changing the positioning of the arm can make it work harder. So both, if you're going to be going with 2, shoulders down, take them out to the side and squeeze on in. Chin up and in. Zip. Up. Shoulder press. You can use 1 weight or 2. I'm going to start off with just using the 1 weight. If you need to, you can hold on to the chair. You want to bring up your elbow nice and high, so roughly level with your shoulder. Keep your shoulder down away from the ears, and from here, you press straight up to the ceiling and all the way down. Again, bracing the abs, pushing up and lengthening down. You want to make sure that you don't lock out the elbow at the top of the move, and also that you don't start hunching upwards as you try and drive it really high. You want to be taking it down, pushing it up, and lowering down as well. If you want to use two together, and side on, and from here you can push up and lengthening down. Push up and squeeze. That is your shoulder press.